I'm not gonna.
That's
be
20.
mad at that.
That's
2
6.
and 19. 2 and 19.
12.
Alright, so
Okay.
last we
12.
left off, you guys managed to get to the Frostwatch outpost. You guys just arrived there, talked with the hurdle called Baldurin. Talked to him for a little bit, informed him that something is like after you guys or something on the way to make the prepare for a possible encounter of some kind. And so that's kind of what you guys were left off at. You started walking off towards the abode that you guys originally resided.
I was given a studded leather, and I decided that I didn't really need it. So if anybody likes, well, I announced everybody. Anybody likes studded leather?
Hold on a second.
What is it you asked me for as well?
No, I was wondering if I was wearing like regular leather. So I will take that studded leather off.
And studded leather.
Alright,
From my inventory.
and then add into yours stuff.
Like the purple studded leather. Yeah.
7-11.
Old leather.
Why?
Plus
Not plus anything. But you lead the group to the abode where you recall an individual resides. Did you still remember her name?
It was the name that we were reminded of last time. W.A.
Oh,
Let me go down.
I don't think I did. I have my notes all backwards.
And then it's all backwards.
I was told it, but I'm not gonna say anything because my character doesn't know.
I think we were.
Gareth.
I think we did talk about it too.
It was the mom, right? No, it was the daughter. It was the daughter. Amelia.
Yes. So you get to the front door and you open it up because it is your abode. You walking in, you do see a really nice to right, a fresh kind of newly built bar. You guys recall that Arcis was the one that requested to have the bar put in. There's some seating arrangements, everything, and you do see this small, kind of goblin-looking individual look up to you guys. Welcome back. Is there anything I can do for you?
Do I remember the goblin being here last time? I think I do. Or do I not?
You do.
Okay.
It's basically a bug.
All out.
You guys never asked for his name, so you can call him whatever.
We just didn't bother yet. Is Amelia here?
She is currently over in the guild currently right now. She's working on stuff. Would you guys like any tea or refreshments?
I'll take a lemon tea, Mr.
It's Alfred.
Okay. I will take that lemon tea, please.
Alright, I'll go get that prepared if you guys want to just sit here. Who are these two individuals over here?
Can I smoke
Fine.
Drayden. Both of these two found him on our little adventure. They've been helping us. This is Curtis. Also.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Curtis and Drayden. Is there anything that you two wish to have? Tea, milk, honey? you'll have to get permission from the master of the house. We don't have a lot of ale because that was kind of hard to get by here.
Any alcohol at all?
We do have some like really crappy alcohol beverage.
From
Enough of it, yes.
lower any possible pain that I may be in.
If you want to get drunk, then yes. It would be quite a bit to get drunk, but I can procure some of that.
Don't.
I will be in just a moment, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves as the copy that. That I can do. You see him just kind of like scurry off into a door that opens it up. You start hearing just moving stuff around.
The worst are. Where?
He's doing his best.
They don't serve him.
Where's the alcohol? I need a lot of pain.
If it were me, we wouldn't have wanted to touch. The problem is now we're waiting to think about what we're talking about. Might be what will ask me. You like refresh my memory. He is the leader of our XMPG.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
No.
I guess
You-
burst in.
Roll a history
Just to
for
see
me
if I
if you know of the name.
that you guys spoken of.
Well,
We
what
should-
about me? Should I do it?
Yeah, you vote with disadvantage.
2.
10.
Okay, so 10 total.
Thank you.
I think that was a 9.
We should definitely bring up if she has any more of those speeder bikes.
What's a speeder bike?
This is super cool ice bike. Spencer will show you in a little bit.
Yeah, 9 for me.
Okay, so you don't
Maybe I
recall
can make it
anything.
modify it.
You know of the name. You've heard it because
Wait
you've
for
also done expeditions. And stuff.
Oh, so it's
you've-
sort of a thing
It's
out here.
close enough. Yeah, you know.
Could I
of
make
the
it?
name.
Modify it?
Yeah, yeah. You
Also,
Okay.
last time I said I was going to make those lodestone, not lodestone, but transmuter stones.
yeah.
That, sorry, I want to stop the game.
No, you're good.
Limitation.
Were there any other parties that there was other parties that went out when we went out.
Yeah.
So I guess a good question would be asked if any of them survived.
And what about eating that was opposed to stolen chemical?
That
If you heard anything about it. Is it blue? Blue's not.
black.
Any leads on any of the other probably get to?
Oh, the tier.
No, you
We have
Have
the
the
tier.
tier.
We have the tier. Wasn't there 3 though?
This scale.
Wasn't there
It
3?
was the scale that
And
we're
what
looking
else?
for now.
Just
Yeah,
the
but
thing, scale, and see.
teammate
We have only the tier.
And they have
Okay.
that.
or a scale of iron.
You need a scale of
listen to what he's saying. 'Cause he's just answered the question that you're answering.
Okay, so we
So,
need the scale.
You have the tier. You know they have the thing, so you need the scale.
Okay. And I guess another
And
question.
then make the transmutations.
Yes, I'd say you'd have to give that up on that. Made it by
I
now.
don't know its effects.
There's one more.
When it becomes relevant, let me know.
Isn't there one more? So we only have 3?
We have one.
The 3 that we're looking.
Yeah. I also want to ask her about her mother's whereabouts. If they're made it.
He's how now Amelia has a ship. But unlikely that her mother was influenced the time.
Yes, and then just went out into the forest as a hermit. No,
I don't think her mother was alive.
I think her mother is doing a very fine job at living right now.
Would you be willing to ask her that question?
I will ask her that question.
The
I noticed that you're like worse for wear.
health saving.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Alfred, got all those drinks
Okay.
all done?
Sorry, we're out of coffee, but I'm making some right now. You hear like this grinding sound.
You're like
can't remember what it's
fucking,
called.
you hear like a truck's reverse beeps.
I know we're doing
Londe.
shipment.
Daleman's city of Londe. I'm not from there. I'm from Silverhaven, but
Silverhaven, that's what I was thinking.
that's where I'm from.
Silverhaven is what I was thinking.
But that's not an Elven city. That's more of the verse.
Okay. Well, we
Or
probably
Haven.
want to go to Silverhaven, correct?
We are doing
I thought we were going. Yeah, I thought we were
I
going
don't
to
know.
Londe.
You tell me.
No, we were going to that. No, we were going to the city where the bravest.
the champion of the law bearer,
Champion of lawbearers.
which I believe is in the Elven City.
Which is a Londe.
We'll ask Amelia then.
That's where we're going. That's gonna be tiered. Cool.
Yeah. Been there.
We're going there. We need to stop. Is Silverhaven on it?
No, yeah, that is me.
Silverhaven is to
Or-
the west. The Elven City is to the east. South.
Should probably also ask her if she knows anyone that can help us resurrect the pod. But we're not hauling around two bodies into the college town like it's not weird. It's not weird. There are good friends. Yes.
Did I hear somebody had a horrible hole or something?
Aaron, but he
We
is.
can keep them preserved.
Harris is not here.
Air's not here right now. He's on his own journey.
The body should be in the guild. Let's go speak to guard or guild. Remember where his body's.
Well, I paid for my drink for that. I didn't get it.
He hasn't
Oh, right.
got
So I
the.
figured you hold on like thing you have.
Go ahead, Curtis. What were you gonna say?
Yeah,
I was
I
asking
mean,
what
without
guild
my
were we
drink.
talking about here?
Sorry.
What guild were you speaking
They're the guild in Senegal. Do you hear?
of? The,
Yeah, yeah.
wait. No, what I'm saying is like there's Baker Guild in Londe.
So you found the hazing.
Yeah.
This is not a maker guild. This is explorer's dream.
It's our pointy enough.
That's literally what it was. They didn't think it was good enough.
Fuck, sorry to hear that.
At this point, that's when Alfred comes out with this assortment of drinks, and he goes, He goes over to you and hands you some kind of like fruity-looking drink.
Really?
Yeah. And then he goes over to you and hands you something that looks just bitter. Like
I'll
it's just a
take-
whole bunch of just dark.
I'll take his drink too.
And then he
May
puts
I
another
use transmutation and alter it just temporarily to be like the most bitter, you know, like what, you know?
Yes.
They
Can you
looks at
taste
it
it for me?
see it go. Puke up something. I'm sorry. I tried making you your drink.
Well, what's that drink I asked for?
Supposed to be a root beer flow.
It was.
No,
It
coffee
was
black.
that was
Coffee
a
black.
fruity drink
Fruity?
that has a lot of honey in it.
Okay,
It appears
this
the
one.
drink is mixed up.
Yep, this one's obviously black coffee. Here you go. I'll take
And
that
looking
other
at it,
drink.
it definitely looks and smells like coffee.
Wait, do you want the vomit drink? I
Yes,
give it to
I'll
him.
take the vomit drink.
Yes, he has it.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. And then I take a
By
little
the way, it'll only
empty.
be that way for about an hour.
I take the empty jar of former Arcis ash and I like control water into it.
So you put the fruity drink into the vial that had Arcis' ashes at one point.
Yes, but then I go. Pour it in. I hand it on over to you, and I give you a good wing.
Try to persuade me to like this. After I just saw a goblin throw up,
Got from it.
it can't be good.
Oh, this is the other drink. I have the pink one right here.
What would you put in this?
Alcohol.
And either a persuasion or deception, don't tell us which, and you make an insight. I'd say give you advantage on insight because stuff that just happened. It wasn't any hidden.
Okay, that's an 11 against whatever you rolled.
So just tell us the number.
19.
Okay, so you believe he's being truthful. He put alcohol in there. You don't know when he did it, but something when he poured it, it looked like he poured alcohol into it.
I'll take hold of it. I'm gonna sniff it. Because I'm pretty sure I'd be able to tell what alcohol smells
Did you
like.
put alcohol? Or did probably didn't. You
No.
just put it, yeah. So it just smells really, really bad. It doesn't smell like alcohol.
There's good shit in it.
No.
I paid for it, dude.
I'll make you drink it.
And I'll make you drink this one, which is tasty.
I walk over,
And
I
full
touch his
alcohol.
mug, and I change it into ale, if that's possible.
The
Yeah,
one
he's
with the
in-
Arcis ashes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The bottle was clean. It was empty.
It's ale for about an hour, then it'll return back to
Is it
its
just like ale?
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell it again.
Hopefully you'll
Smells
pass
like
it.
It
in
smells
an
like
hour.
Hopefully he's not haunted by Arceus.
True. Take it.
A little bit of flakes.
Turn it down real
Is it
fast.
like ale?
Take a shot.
It tastes like ale. It's
I hope you pass it in an hour, because that'll be well on your system when it changes.
I would say make a constitution, just a straight constitution save for me.
It's a great idea for a bar. You don't have anything but water, and I just keep changing it whatever it
That's
is you
12.
want,
That's
and you
12.
have it for an hour, and all
Okay,
you end
you-
up doing is not actually getting drunk at the end of
You
the
get a
day.
slight taste of like flesh for a moment,
Doesn't bother me much.
but
right now.
yeah, it didn't bother you that much. Anything.
Yeah, where's
It was
the
more like an
meat?
ash type taste though, more than flesh, but had that kind
I
of.
I'll walk
cleaned
up
it.
to the goblin, Alfred, and ask him, hey, do you have any steaks or meat? Raw meat?
Yeah, we do have some of that. Normally, I don't cook. That's normally our Allen buddy, but he's currently in the closet right now.
I will take some raw meat.
Wait, what?
then.
Raw meat? Alright, I got you. So he goes back in and comes out, and there's this
Now
meat,
let's go.
hands it to you.
Where are we going?
Raw,
To the goo.
on that
Oh,
borderline.
I
There's
agree.
storage go. Okay. I guess I
I
think
quickly
we
eat
could
it.
tell them of my failed
I just
expedition
swallow raw meat.
and probably how much money I owe them or something.
Thank you,
You're a
Alfred.
growing
We'll be
boy.
going.
You're a growing boy.
Thank you. Then.
I'm
Do
not
you want to
looking
say hi to
forward to
the
it.
Allen and the drought?
It won't be necessary, no. And,
Okay.
I want to.
Point us to the exit.
it's
Points over the door that you just walked.
Okay, let's go.
You guys know what the exit is.
but
I wanted to get out of this conversation.
All right.
we're walking towards the goo.
As
Grab my
you're
staff.
walking out,
I'm
Alfred then
still.
Alfred then looks at you like, oh, if you wanted to say hi to them, they're just in this closet. They open it.
Hi.
I down the black coffee and like,
You open it up and you get a really rank smell of rotten death, decay. But you see
They're
one.
dead.
You see the Allen turn its head and look at you. As you shut the door.
What, like it's like
Is it a
It does, like,
360 like
yeah.
an owl?
Don't go in there, guys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Alright,
I'm the lead. I like rush out pretty much. I like it.
Network.
I follow.
You
Follow.
lead them to a. It would be similar to you because you've probably gone through the outpost at least once before, so you've
Yes,
seen
that's where I
this
got the
game.
expedition together.
Yeah.
With
So
The water.
you've seen it. It's a very similar structure to you, very much like all the rest of you are made from stone and wood. Walking into it, the door, you see kind of an open like tavern type area with a whole bunch of seatings, and to the left and right there's two different doors. One is covered with a kind of like a red flag, and then the one on the right is with a blue flag.
but I remember where Roderick was.
Roger was in the red.
I'm heading over to Roderick. I thought I better explain to him what happened with the expedition.
You're heading over to the red.
That's when you can talk to your animal and then talk to Luke. You see any, those, I know there's a lot of people who are kind of causing problems before. Are there any of those people?
Make a perception roll for me.
It's
You know,
Okay, perception. Eight.
okay, so with an 18, looking around, you don't see any more of those kind of like the ones that were in like the greenish kind of cloaks or anything like that. You don't see any of them around currently. So it looks right now fine. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary when you first were here. I mean, it's always kind of had some shakiness to it, but that's just typical, especially out this far out in the waste.
Quick question: how big is the entry?
The entryway is you'd have to duck to go through the door.
Can Nyla fit?
Nyla cannot fit. That is too big.
Big's like the little, I guess, right outside the door.
Outside of the doors,
He's outside.
it's outside. It's ground. It's
Okay,
snow.
Not
It's,
a wood door.
yeah, it's not wood.
Are there any horse like posts?
You've seen some people like you don't see any horses, but there are like one that's like good like attached or something.
I just took it. Very slow.
You go to the door. Do you just try to open it, or knock it in? You hear a familiar voice on the other end. Come in. Go to him, or you go with Arcis?
I'm gonna follow someone. If they get on this or
Yeah, so you not recognizing you. Oh, I'll say Curtis, but it's Luca.
Yes.
My apologies. It's been quite a while since we've seen each other. What happened is that you managed to get I know the crystal was stolen, and then the whole thing with my ship and the ghosts and everything. And the box. And then who's this individual?
This is our good friend. Right?
Drayden, I am Amelia Frostwind. It's a pleasure to meet you. What brings you here? Are you just helping them out with their work? Recently got the bodies of the two individuals, Arcis and then Taggage. He was on the ship. When we are multiple like clerics and healers here. I don't know if they're capable of that kind of magic.
Simply need resources.
Diamonds. I can see what we have with the guild. Maybe they can requisite some diamonds. I don't know what they will do because we've been having a lot of issues right now. A lot of people back dead. A lot of them have been since we found out what I did. Last I heard of is they ran off into the frostbite area and on fire for instance.
Just like
Were they the teens in the trees? Or were they the people in the trees?
not the dead people we found in the
In the
trees.
trees.
Is there a light? No, there was a light.
And we
Yes. And then regular human. And then there was one
There was one that was like cut like in half on. It was another elf, but there were tons of other bodies that you guys didn't
Yeah. But
probably mentally dead, like me.
I would say it's probably a good possibility.
Do you know if any of them had a firearm?
This would be part of their firearm if they had one.
I don't believe this was the same individual, but perhaps it was.
Like thinking back, they did, and it was very reminiscent of that firearm specifically.
So
Can you look on the bottom of the hilts? Is there a carving of a symbol? With the 16, it's very faint, but you do see a carved insignia of kind of a dragon. That's what give you the
As I go to describe it, and it is.
So you see a stylized dragon skull with sharp gauntlets, dark colors, and shroud of mist.
Do you recognize this by chance?
You do recognize this as dragon.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty cool. Guns.
I mean, that's a good thing. We were after them.
So
Never saw it in the light or the thinking back there was like a hooded figure robe of some kind which you can gather from that had a knife that you got looked very similar to that individual when you first saw them. Thinking back about it but you saw them live.
I got to confirm that's let me turn back. Okay.
They do a lot of shit. So there's a good possibility that it just like went, tried to do that, and then got like a symbol or something else to do that. And then what another
He has sex. She was with a group of adventurers. One elf that came here. She was a part of their team again. Frostwatch outpost. She's never returned.
So, he's never returned, so are you confident she perished?
Given her age at the time, it has been about 50 years. Take. She was already in her
Okay.
60s, 70s.
So there's a small possibility. I'm mostly wondering because Eric was searching.
Yes, and I did inform him that she had returned here. He did tell me that they did send a mission and made us contact we did manage to get some crystals from Hannah's team. So I don't know where they are at this point.
Did he mention anything of where he was going, or was it just like,
He said that they were heading to go meet with another companion of theirs that they hope is alive at this time. His name is Malthus.
Do I know this name?
You do not know this name.
But that was a 20! With this appendage, I had a 20.
So. These two.
Yeah, we currently have them on ice. Right next to the pigs. Just kidding.
The feeling's hot for my brain. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Thanks, Bob Arcis.
Joking.
You gotta lighten the mood sometimes.
Have, kind of tangent, not tangent, super side thing. How long has it been since we've seen that thing that was following us until now?
The thing that I was sensing that we never actually saw in the first place.
The thing that we were running away
How do you
from?
feel about that?
To be able to figure out if they're
You can do a
Would I just feel it?
wisdom or an insight, because right now you don't feel it. You still always have like this like urge for you for some reason right now, but you don't know that necessarily. You have to will yourself.
What do I have disadvantage or advantage?
Just a straight roll.
I give myself guidance.
Yes.
It's not gonna make a difference. Roll the 2.
You think on it. You still have this urge, but you don't sense it being closer or further. It's just there.
I can feel it, but I don't know where it's coming from or how close.
Do you have to fight against it?
At this moment, I no.
I was like at this moment, you know, when like you were kind of like focusing in when like Nessus was doing something to you, there was something you had to fight against. But when that initial thing of when you picked that up, it wasn't something that maybe if you dug a little deeper, you might have to fight something against it. But just getting that like
Do you
initial
know what would
sense.
happen if you... No.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
No clue.
If
Not
you,
there.
like what? If you like let go?
If he lost the pull.
I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna pull back the bandage. Well, based on this rod, it'll just
Put that back.
spread. Does Amelia see this?
Yeah, because you weren't hiding it.
He just revealed it.
Well, didn't we didn't we put him in makeup and stuff?
Yeah, and bandages, but you just revealed it to you guys.
Well, to Amelia, like, does she freak out about it?
Well, I was getting to
Oh.
that. She immediately goes over and is like, what's going on with your friend here? Is Is that something that's contagious, something you need to worry about?
As long as we don't put my blood in anybody, they're fine.
Okay.
From what we've gathered, it's just one.
Well, then I would recommend not getting into bar fights here.
Well, see, all I gotta do is go, okay, who wants some broth? I don't think anybody's gonna want to fight.
I was gonna say bloodborne pathogens,
There's
but I was
some
all like,
people
wait
that
a
might
second,
want it,
that isn't
so-
what I said, so I just said bloodborne, and then no one heard, so I said.
Bloodborne pathogen.
No, so is bloodborne pathogen, is that like
Yeah.
your
that's a
blood
pathogen.
goes into something
That
and then
is-
it's transferred?
That is a bloodborne pathogen.
Okay.
Flickers.
But so, anyways, what else do you guys need? The airship is still currently in construction still.
What about speed bumps?
You mean the
Wind
Windriders? You'll have to ask Roderick, because he's the one that helps create those. With your guys' track record about those, they might not want you to have those. Considering we've given you like 6,
You guys
7 of
stay
them,
out
and you've lost all
Because
of
I
them.
don't think I've talked to this guy. Probably better than fighting.
To be fair,
I
it
haven't
wasn't our
watched it.
fault.
I mean, if one
We'll
in
have
the
to
party fails, it's the whole party's fault.
That's for sure. But we could somehow get in touch with someone something like that. She could possibly
Healers.
seal it. We could possibly although it seems that she would be
Oh shit, yeah.
but what we
You're talking Tempest. Yes.
Yeah, so-
Her name is Keelith.
Yeah.
Keelith of the Arishari or the Tempest. That's good to know. You see her write down some notes that Keelith might be in trouble, might need to help her.
yes, because
Oh, yeah. We're pulling a little bit. I mean, we've got these two from her.
That's the symbol of the Arishari. So you've since joined the Arishari.
Glad
And-
I'm not in the room right now.
And with
I'd be a bit
these-
offended by your nonchalance about it. I'd be like, what
mean-
the hell?
with this, it also comes with some benefits.
I mean, for
Or
him,
you
probably.
can get
As
aid
in-
with the Arishari, yes.
And
She
then-
pulls out her own symbol of the Arishari.
Hey, look,
As in
we're-
force wind.
You'll have to ask Roderick on that.
Okay.
I need to talk to him because I feel like you guys might not have the best history right now with your track record.
let me would he claim your name in that document to gain some letters, or would you rather him not?
I would rather him not,
Yeah.
because I've already had to deal with a lot of the expenditures of creating new ones from my own
Well, perhaps you should go join
expedition.
Curtis.
What about these other teams that have come back and you've given diamonds to and all that whatever? Do they have any wingers?
I'm sure they probably do, because they don't lose theirs.
But they lost men.
You've lost men and wind riders, so what's the comparison here?
Okay. Fair. But
I'm just happy you didn't lose my ship. You did, but you got it back in there it's now in repairs. So repairing is a lot better than getting a whole new ship.
Anyhow, I believe we should perhaps speak again in a moment, but Drayden, Curtis is pretty talking to this. I believe we should adjourn.
Right before we leave, I asked how long is the construction on the airship going to last?
months, right?
It's probably 3 to 5 months out.
6
And as soon as you pass it, I'm going to have to
I'm gonna go for 2.
yes, I'm going to take you to where that is. Quick question, where is
So, she is actually the main reason
so?
It's the same thing versus what the best item is like to go about.
Do you know of like this first whatever it is?
I have one curse. I actually Is it the Cord of Binding Shadows?
Sounds.
Yeah, because it's affliction links victims to captors, wound, paranoid depression, total submission, and those are the stages before that Miriam is going through.
So yeah. You don't know the specifics. Alright, okay. Can I walk out?
As you start walking out, she's like, oh, before you go, can I? And then you walk out. I would like to maybe get you guys' help in looking at this disease very close. These kind of, it sounds to me like nerves, so if it's possible, I would like to examine.
I would also like to join this.
But I'm gonna go find Curtis.
No, you're good.
No, 7-Up.
It's not sparkling water.
Yeah.
There's sparkling lemon and lime water.
Which is 7
He kind of threw him to like fruits and stuff. That's why I don't pick it up for you.
It's that big one. I almost said this one.
Alright, so as I go to search for Curtis, I was ready to it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but we'll get to that as soon as we're done with it. Yeah. Alright, so you go to the door, you gotta open it. You hear a familiar oh, come on in. Sorry, that's had set several search parties out for it, but
So I missed him. And I haven't been able to speak.
oh yeah, he's speaking in North.
I've been over a year with these guys, and whole brotherhood, just hanging out. And so I just go on and I explain the situation to Bill. I throw down maps on his desk. He's on them.
where were you trapped? You were expecting this to be phased out.
I was a torture guy explaining the situation. And it had a
Do you know who they worked under? If it's part of Arcis, he'd be working under a big.
I pretty much explained this. Explained it at that time.
Very good for you. I know you like exploring and finding things. Peter Sherry's definitely tried freedom. In that sense. If you are looking for work, I'm sure we can get you some. I'm sure me and her have been working together on looking out these teams that have been coming in and out of different routes. There's been a lot of issues we've gotten some information about. Bad conflict, sometimes, something like that. So I don't know fully about that, but it's sometimes. Yes, it seems, from what we can gather, it's very much where we had you in the area. It seems to have taken
Makes sense.
I know that you're not aware, but we have recently some of those were allies of yours have actually returned as this elf guys. But from that area, they were flee by who we did was this team they freed and consent. You have
I don't know. I didn't make it up that far back.
You have Drayden. Yep, with a K. You got Roxadin. And then you also have my son, Azoth. Azoth still
Right,
lives.
but I think I didn't want to bring
Azoth.
telling it how I think it now.
Now, I'm just in it out.
You knew how it broke. How it worked. Right? I go.
If you're willing to still keep on track of this thing with also those doors,
So can you promise me that it will stay out of the paper? I mean, I don't want to destroy any information from it.
this will be very helpful for me and
Can
the
you
area.
keep it safe?
We should be able to keep it safe. We know some places that we hide things.
I guess I'll just leave the map with you for now. I probably made a copy.
It's like, given enough time here, with him being able to do stuff, how we make it super quick.
Okay. I'll make a copy.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you getting all this information to us. And if you're wanting to go speak with some of those dwarves, can go downstairs,
I'm
and
a
then
little apprehensive, but I will.
on the left side there, currently resting. A lot of them seem to have been in a fight on the way here.
Were any of these like my really good friends?
Yeah, I would say like definitely his son probably would have been like a really really close friend
As
here.
well.
Yeah. And at this point, you do see like his beard. He used to have like some gray in it, but you've been gone for a while, so it's like almost fully gray now, with tons of like white snow out there. And everything. He's definitely getting there up in years, but he still looks great for his age.
He's a
Like,
dwarf.
I told him, damn, you owe me some of your
that's easily
bring
doable.
downstairs. Pay a visit.
I hate to ask this, but do you know the name? Not was she also in the prison?
Yes, I explained this.
So okay, so
That's what we encountered. I was tortured by her. Yeah.
and when you were talking about that information, you saw a look on Roderick's face of utter despair for a moment before you kind of like continued on a little bit.
Yeah.
But
What does he have to say about it?
well, I was really hoping, because me and her, we worked together researching diseases and all that kind of stuff to see if we can afflict and fix this affliction.
no.
And I was really hoping that she didn't go down this path.
I gotta find a way. Any guidance on that? Right now we're trying to find these keys. And explain Bahamut. Sorry.
Yeah.
Explain Keyleth, Veershari, or whatever helped us in these. Power.
Can you describe to me her personality of Marco? I know it
Psychopath.
might be problematic, like with you.
Psychopath. She loved to just like bring me to the brink, pull me back, bring me to the brink again. Just it was just, and I explained to Ariel. I explained to Ariel that like no, not that kind of brink.
A negative edge. Got it.
Never done quite bad.
Break it dead. Got it.
Well,
All right, if I gotta go into details of how she tortured me.
please, you don't have to go into details about that.
Oh,
I hate bringing that up, asking you about all that.
Not that kind of pulling back. God.
What I'm trying to get at is, Curtis, is when I knew her, she was a very kind soul. You,
She's very sadistic. She's very cruel. One of our parties, she turned into a horrible. She's trying to breed an army of undead that will basically be unstoppable by this blood warrior that she can control.
do you, from what you described of how she appears, it looks completely different from the last time I've spoken with her. And we've known each other for a very long time. Do you think she might be under some sort of affliction as well?
Yeah, I think it's purposely done on her control. She's done it.
he looks around the room and you can see him like looking in the eyes of his other allies before they kind of like nod and then they leave the room. And at this point, you start walking out and you see a line of like 4 or 5 people just guarding the door, like nobody is allowed in. We've known each other for a long time. I'm going to let you know, Noctora, she used to be my wife. And
Or she brought me back from green. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Blood brain?
so it's hard for me to believe that the person that she was, it's a 180 reverse of what she was. That's why I'm hoping that there's some sort of disease or infliction.
No idea.
That's understandable with what you've
There's no
gone through.
mercy there. Look,
Stop it. Now you come up with birds that are like.
And your anger and think for that. Don't that I think that search. If you don't mind me yeah, that's fine. As soon as the door opens up, when you open up the door, the guards are standing there, and then you see Drayden. That's when you guys kind of like finish and you're just walking right beyond him. As he's walking in towards the door as the guards then close. So, Drayden, if you don't mind, can you show me the affliction? We see a book that is very similar of necrotic diseases and all that kind of stuff, as he's kind of looking through that as like a guide reference book. That's bandaged his head.
My head's all wrapped up
Right.
in bandages.
Gotcha. Okay,
Oh,
which looks to be a binding shadow. Kill. Different though, like it's been altered since the last time when I've seen it. Is it you by chance have any of your blood that was not beforehand?
I don't have any personally.
You don't have a container of blood, of your own blood on you?
No.
I don't think.
The last time
No,
we
this-
had some of my untainted blood was back in Felix domain. Shari, they have it.
Who owned it?
There's N, Mario, then you had Katara was the one that did the whole thing.
I get shit.
So technically, Katara would have the blood thing, so the untainted.
Katara of the Shari should have it. As long as nothing's happened.
Yeah. It might not be as effective, but I can draw some of your blood if you're fine with that.
Give it a shot. You better put some gloves on. You don't want this shit.
He already has gloves. He's in his full leather, so he's
Sterile.
Yeah, he's sterile-ish.
If any blood gets on you, just on whatever you're using, burn it.
I
But I feel like you should know this.
I know this. So you see him kind of draw some of your blood as he does kind of a magic incantation, and
I give him guidance. I didn't hear your roll, so I get to give him guidance still.
it's fine. You can guidance him.
Oh yeah. I'm useful.
By the way, guys, that 4 additional made him at a 30 check. By the way. Oh.
Question. Out of game. Do any other dice besides D20 for you have an additional bonus if you hit the big number? Like on the D20, if you roll, you can chance to get a critical.
No other dice is like a critical.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, in the sense of like to hits and stuff.
Or just anything.
It's just the crit type thing. But yeah.
Actually, there's divine intervention.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I can do divine intervention if the thing has divine intervention.
But
Yeah.
technically, that's the only other dice that has like a special roll. It's more like spells.
So it has been altered a little bit from what I remember when I was working with Noctura a while ago, of finding it, cure, figuring out these old ancient diseases, these curses that were they initially started around after the calamity, but it was actually in the Age of Arcanum, so before the calamity is when these kind of diseases happened. You rolling dice for a reason?
Yeah, it's kind of for me on a decision. Saying that, well, Curtis is here. But I'm pretty sure he knows some of this. I'd also like to tell him of some of the things that I have done while I was working for Nocturne. Before I met the party and realized.
So, explain what you were doing. Because Curtis is technically in this room while you're
Designing the neck trap, the curve.
Putting it on him.
So,
Bondage, thumb screws, anal raping.
I wasn't in any of that.
Maybe it
So-
was, that's fucked.
She was working with the Chromatic Conclave, if I remember correctly, and she wanted to use the power of the elementals to harness energy, and to do so she had me searching the wastes for monoliths and objects of power. That would get the time elements.
which also correlates very closely with the age of Arcana.
And, was going to try to use that to. Not sure on this, but it's the power of the
Like, in control of Tiamat, or bring Tiamat here?
both.
Very, very close. You looking at this, like I said, this disease seems to be all very rare. But in a little ways it's beyond my knowledge. But from just the base of it, there is a cure that I kind of know of. It's kind of like you have to suffer a core. It requires a ritual involving the horns of the victim's personal belongings used in the initial ritual of this disease. It being able to be spread across different individuals is concerning, because you would have to find the patient's there, and it would be their belongings that you would need to burn. And then you would have to combine it with a powerful, like a dispel magic, a very powerful version. So I'm talking really, really like archmage type.
Above a ninth level.
Yeah,
Above a
above
ninth
table,
level dispel
it'd
magic.
be a ninth level or above.
Then, okay, so potentially, anybody she has control of there, she's taken and done a ritual. So,
Some item. And that's how she has sort of this tandem. Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Frank's handed me these two dice and they stick together, but there's no magnets.
I thought you were talking about. Never mind, I don't want to say because you'll accuse it. I thought you were making fun of like some personal item that she has. As a tandem. Anyway, already went there. But okay, so basically, then that's curious because this bloodborne illness is done control of. They were infected by. That would be that same tether as that be potentially mirrored.
Potentially, yes.
Though if we suffer burial, he's free too.
Well, that's where it gets iffy, because if Muriel was patient 0 of this, then
Probably.
Yes. It would be like doing her possessions, finding that something ritual of her would free the rest that she hasn't been. But if she wasn't the patient zero, then it would kill Muriel and anyone under her that she's informed.
Just like,
Think of it kind of as like a
Yeah.
with 4 guards that are just right there.
No, we have like the cups.
Yeah, the ghosts, the magic cup on the string. Think of it as
A vampire.
a vampire, yeah, and sires.
vampire and what?
And the sires, yeah.
When the main vampire.
When the one who turned up kills him, yeah.
Like a Historian would have control over, but it had to be within a certain range.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't matter the range. He has.
He kills the lord, he becomes the lord of all of them.
So she's actually studied that same type of blood. Magic. Probably blood.
From the sounds of it, yeah. And it's
and perverted and twisted it to her like.
yes, there's some other alternate that I don't know of, and it's beyond my capabilities. He was also a lot smarter in the arcane than I am. So she could have, for all I know, created something. And like we were saying, because you described to me about Drayden being trapped and having these shadow things stabbing into him, her messing with the weave is extremely powerful. And I have no more key to do that.
And that would be. No, and seeing as I witnessed that, I have my own mind.
I mean, bring her on board.
I know what I can do to stop it, prevent it.
Some kind of like counter spell or something like that.
Dispel magic,
Dispel.
counterspell,
Yeah.
anything.
Anything that can stop magic from doing something.
No, counterspell is not over here. The counterspell is more of a reaction.
Yes.
So I dispel magic.
You'd probably have a better chance to do dispel magic than counterspell, but counterspell is if you manage to see it quickly, you can get it right off the bat. Type of scenario.
Debating myself. But anyway, moving on.
But this alteration, the best that I can glean at it is it changes the entity into some sort of undead being that's very associated to what their being is. So that's why I was like, if Muriel is the patient zero and you manage to get herself to do this ritual and cure it, it would then all the others would be non-afflicted. But if she isn't and she dies, then that means the curse or affliction will then rapidly hit, because then we can fall undead into whatever beast or creature or whatever it's trying to make a big deal.
Unless, whereabouts,
So you could use that as stomach. Dr. Mary.
I was actually planning on
Honestly, this is huge information. Like, this is. I mean, but we have a place to start. We need to find patient zero. And with these artifacts that she's looking for, another good thing is getting those somewhere safe where they can't be found.
Maybe I should go talk with the Irishari over there and see where she might be able to give us clues.
I would ask Roderick at this point. Maybe we should have Amelia here as well. sounds like you may be able to help with all this as well.
She is very smart in the arcane. I mean, she is the one that definitely was in the help of creating the airship with the mithril, all that.
So, do you want to send one of your guards to go ask for her to come meet with us real fast, or should we just go over there to her?
You guys can go over there. I have some stuff that I need to write down, and I have some stuff that I need to do. You can see his like mind is going to like multiple different possibilities, outcomes. Like he's thinking about what is.
I'm trying to get them both into the same room.
Yeah. So you guys see them eventually coming out. You see these two, Mock sitting at a table or something, drinking, and then currently you don't see Luca. You went to the body.
I go over to Mock and explain the situation.
As I get to the door, I go, oh wait, I need to bandage myself up. So I step back in really fast, hoping nobody's seen me.
Stealth.
Wouldn't it be acrobatics with him like
They're both dexterous.
And then at the guidance, because I'm like, oh shit. 4. So 9, and that is 17.
Okay. You a
Disadvantage.
good chunk of individuals don't notice you. You do see the bartender like notice you. You see this figure in dark robes. It looks a little bit shady. It has kind of a scar across his left face down to his chin. Notice you, and as you kind of move back in, you see him stand up for a moment with his hand on his blade, but then releases as you go back in.
a little kid like drops his ice cream scoop?
You know what?
That
was
was
a natural
weird.
20. Oh my god, I rolled a natural 20. Yes, a kid notices you.
Spencer,
Nice.
that was with
Right in front of the
disadvantage.
door.
Otherwise, it would have been a 19 plus 8 plus 4, so 31. Like a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got this under control.
Like,
So,
back in.
Good.
if your guys' passives are above 17, you also notice him.
I was gonna say he just stepped out.
It stepped out, unwrapped, and then came back in.
I was paying attention to that detail. And, oh, wait, no
I
shit.
noticed-
I didn't wrap myself up.
Where's any of the other individuals that notice him? There's my 19. That's
With your 19 passive, you notice the black individual like grab onto his weapon for a moment and then sit back down.
the black individual.
The cloaked individual.
Yes,
Yes.
Don't be racist.
Okay.
it was just black. You
it's
don't
a
know.
descriptive factor.
It's a descriptive fact. He's all black. You don't know what race he is.
He has grabbed his weapon.
Yeah, for a brief moment. And then
I'll
sat
wait
down.
to see what happens when he reappears with his band.
Okay. I'm going to take the time to bandage myself up well.
Easy enough. That's
And-
not an issue.
I can easily find a mirror to make sure it looks
Yeah,
Good.
again, that's easy
Okay.
enough.
easy enough.
If I see that he's struggling, I'll go back and try to help.
Come back out. Bandaged.
I make a perception.
The perception as well.
Okay.
Just to see if anybody does anything with my guidance as well.
15.
15.
Even there.
15 as well.
So you both, even though you were like kind of like trying to keep an eye on the corner of him, you all of a sudden look in the corner and he's just not there anymore. And then you look over and he's gone.
That's alarming. Well,
And then you don't notice it at all.
wait. So there's a passive 19 on that I can do it. Okay.
You rolled a natural 19 on the dice plus stuff. So
Not seeing him there. I'm gonna feel a little bit alarmed. I'm just gonna go up there. I'm gonna kind of make sure I'm more around Drayden, because that's what spurred it. I'm going to try to maybe get out of this.
Building, or do we want to make sure there's many people here who could possibly help us as possible?
I was already trying to talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I suppose
Go ahead.
So I was telling you about. Really, we need to find Muriel's whereabouts and heal her.
everything, or just one very important part? Would you relay like everything, or just?
I try to paraphrase and I try to tell you everything I can. So I'm probably like,
So basically, we need to make sure that the patient 0 is
Right.
properly done.
yes, and we need it, and it has to be patient zero. Somebody wants to. Do I notice him make an expression like that?
No.
Because I'll be like, whoa!
Well, it's not just him that would die. It would be
Right.
a whole
And
lot.
yes, so we need to
Thousands.
find the right, and it's probably
Possibly.
Muriel.
You know, there's just it was more than you could count when you got that first thing.
That's why I'm just going, probably in the thousands.
As much as I hate to admit it, maybe Arcis.
I will let you know. It was a plan to bring Arcis back.
Yeah, I thought it made sense.
Arcis, like most of us, has his
Uses?
quirks, his oddities. In the end, he did risk his very life.
He did, but I don't like this. How he do it.
That's Darcy's stuff. Not Arcis.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Darcy, like the dark side of Arcis.
Oh,
That's his alter ego.
I mean, he did explain to me that.
This is
some
like
of what
Simon
he said. The more I thought about it,
And then Arcis did regular.
Mix of the
can't
both.
do it.
Wow. Dude. God.
And itself is
Didn't
evil.
have some sort of plan to turn it into power dominance over others whenever they're dealing with dark forms of magic. It's very addicting. It's like, yeah, the kind of power is corrupt.
Now, for the time being, of course, obviously, Arceus didn't seem to have given in to some kind of power. While he may be using the power, perhaps inextensively, like I said, in the end, he still used it for good. And
Fair enough, so did he, yes. And I'm referring to Drayden.
wait, what you've done could be known.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
So,
I told him.
what he had done is
It was convincing me too much.
believe, right? Now serving Torah the comparatively worth and collecting some souls.
He didn't know what I understand.
Well, I was just looking for monsters. Searching.
Is that all you do?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I was doing.
My location's up
Go
to
ahead. I was exploring.
But
Never mind.
what I'm saying is I've already looked
You were like a
past
baker,
that.
and not in
The fact that I learned at that
You're a baker, dude.
when I looked at the ruins that he has his penchant gathering souls.
I don't think Arcis hasn't divulged much information about those souls to me. Although, from what I've spoken to him with, what I can glean from his character himself, is that I don't believe he's collecting those souls for acts of
Willing to spend fiscally for that point, but at this point, because there's a greater fight that has happened, and we all need to work together, I believe we can do some good here. I can't let. And Roderick made a point. And this illness might, or something else, or the illness itself.
whatever he's pushing to.
Could be.
It's not good.
It could be.
I want to speak so fast.
I don't know.
Well, you need time. Let's regroup.
I said, yeah,
Run back.
we need to get.
Into it. So let us find.
Let's get Amelia.
You would know where he is.
Yes.
Amelia would have
More
watched
importantly, we need to find Keyleth, and we need to find Muriel. We need to do something that will lead.
I doubt Muriel can easily leave the she's in. When we get together, we'll use that sending stone.
I don't know if Muriel. I don't know if he could get out of there.
You would know with the knowledge of Amelia, he is absolutely capable of easily getting out of the point.
I was gonna say, when they did the blood transfusion, do you have like a part of her in you? Well, you do, but like any like mental connection?
There is a mental connection. I just don't know how strong it is, and I might be able to focus on it. But and we're gonna do that.
That was more of like.
I figured we.
I would say at this point, when you're talking, you've at this point have now gone into the conversation, but you're next to the two bodies currently as they're at. Yeah.
Into the morgue.
Basically, it's just a couple of bodies.
I'd say yes. Muriel would be able to easily get out of the mid.
How long has the Arcis been rotting?
I mean,
So it's been about a day.
it's how you do the magic on that, and it's nothing.
Yeah, but at that point, like by the time you got here, it's been maybe a day that he's been wrong.
Yeah, man.
There was like
You can't go repose weeks.
Oh, the gentleman was spent a day
Here of action.
of actual.
well, technically, he was in Aerith's pocket dimension for a little
Yeah,
bit.
with
which
the
preserved-
repose on it, but by the time it took you guys to get to the outpost and everything, it's been past those 10 days. It's been about 11 to 12, so it's been rotting for about 1 day.
I would ask Colin to gentle repose.
Yeah, and then he would repose.
Only 1 day.
I've been pondering with my brain, thinking about not
Bonded?
her, no, not her Chloe.
And the bird really bonded.
Chloe. We're freaks here. With her studies into the darker side of diseases and stuff like that, possibly, maybe she awoke something, or maybe sold herself to something, or I don't know, bartered, traded herself for something,
Like a warlock might.
like a warlock might.
Are these just theories or are these actual facts?
What are you on?
It's the human connection.
Cards asked you a question.
Oh,
Are these theories or are these actual?
theory. This is all theories.
Oh, okay.
This is all just remember bird brain.
Yeah, all right.
Like, how do I say it like this? But maybe she is
We could call an insight to see if he is holding something back. That he is holding something that is.
Yeah, you can, but he's. I would say with your passive insight, you know, he's just trying to find the words
Oh, okay.
to say.
Yeah.
Because I would say at this point, like, you've probably already filled in on everything, right?
Yeah. Well.
To a
Guess
certain degree.
so.
I would say maybe at that point, like, possibly, probably would have, right?
All right, because I'm just curious as to why he even, I mean, how he could even come to a conclusion, or even, or not conclusion, or even a theory about what this is going to do.
Well, I've had that book for a while.
Yeah, he gave it to you.
Yeah, I've been reading on that book.
Okay.
And that's
And he gave it back to me.
all these smoking times when I'm sitting there smoking. I am thinking.
Fair enough. Okay. I forgot that we stayed.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a while ago.
So,
We're back. We speak.
so what if something's controlling Noctura to do their bidding
Right.
that they can't do on this plane,
That's-
this existence?
That's what I was talking to Hawk and Roderick were trying to tell me that it's like that they think that is a real possibility.
I mean, it could be.
But
Did you gain?
he also said something about Roderick. His wife.
Fuck, I know.
Well, he was worried that she was going to get into something like that. So there's more to it than what I think.
So she was a normal person before.
Still what? I don't know. But
You
you know,
did say like when you were explaining too about like her personality and stuff. He's like it's like a 180 of her.
okay, fair enough. But
He did
yeah,
say that.
but I never knew her. But she, it could be that this illness itself, he was saying, tainted her mind. And not that he did say that there was a cure, however. He knows of a cure.
Cured.
Yeah.
Did he mention?
No. He
Did you ask?
I think he did.
He did mention.
What the?
well, yes, he did mention it, but it was like,
It was the ritual.
Yeah,
oh, right. Ritual.
It's a possible cure.
yeah, because he's unsure because it's been altered slightly. He's like the base of this disease. This was
Was the iris that
was
burn.
it was their
Position-
patient zero's possessions.
Right.
But he's like that was the basis of this. It had that altered slightly for that like creature or whatever it's changing them into.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, you're good.
But okay, right. I didn't know that was the cure per se. I thought it was like
Yeah.
this symptom. Like it was something else.
And,
So, Noctura's possessions, or whoever patient zero is.
There were patient zero's questions.
So, our options right now are either Meredith,
Muriel.
Muriel, or Noctura.
It technically could be a different person, but those are the two most likely suspects that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who knows who else Noctura might have under her control. But would Arcis, or would there be any of her possessions here?
so it's specifically Roger that we said it's something that was used in the original and in the beginning. It was a personal flex of theirs at the beginning that you need to do to kind of reverse it.
Well, and we don't even know when that happened. We don't even know. We know that she went away, and when she went away, that's when it happened. But any other detail is just
Is there a name for this illness per se, or
It's
The cords of binding shadow.
Well, while we're talking about this, because Roderick has ideas, but Amelia has the magical know-how and stuff, how about we get them both together real fast, and if I need to try to make a connection with, Muriel, at least there is another very magically inclined person who may be able to help sever anything so shit don't go bad fast.
so just you two know Muriel herself isn't necessarily a magical being. She's just very versed in knowledge of it. She has very not Muriel, Amelia.
Yeah.
She's not a cat.
She's not a caster, but she's very knowledgeable.
Well, let's get them both into a room. Get this over with.
I also think that Curtis should call Keyleth.
I was planning to do it, but I wanted to meet with.
You have them call them around there too as well.
I guess I wanted to meet with Amelia. I guess
Yes.
let's try to see if there's any word about the question.
We'll
Yeah.
go and get Roger McCammon together with Amelia and a large meeting.
I want to make a perception,
Okay,
just to see what's around me, see if there's anybody around.
alright, make a perception.
I don't see nothing. Got the 1
No, you got a +3.
and a 6. So it would be a 10. I'm pretty sure I don't see nothing.
I should have given out guidance.
You give
That wasn't it.
Would that be double guidance?
No,
No.
you can't stack guidance.
Oh,
Would it be
hey,
advantage?
am I my favorite terrain, technically? Mountains, ways,
It's still
Isn't that for survival?
ways. Yeah, it's survival stuff. I don't think
wisdom stuff. It adds extra effort.
half proficiency. So you add half of your proficiency to it.
It'd be a +2, which would make it probably a 12, if I remember right.
Which I'll
Proficiency is double.
if I do double.
So that would add.
Be
Or
like,
would it gain? Sorry.
no, you did.
No.
We're grabbing Amelia and Roderick.
Yes.
Well,
So,
Amelia's with you. So instead of explaining, you're just going back to Roderick.
Okay.
so it would double
Bob,
my
pick Amelia.
proficiency. So it'd be.
Even at 14, looking around and, see
Nothing out of the ordinary.
nothing's out of the ordinary. Just a lot of, your dead compatriots. Look at
You
doing some bird stuff.
I would like to kind of get down to Arcis' body and go, I'll make good use of your gun, bud. And then I'd get back up. Okay, let's go
I
find
go
the
down to Tabby and say,
You're out of there.
we go to the door. Get him in.
No,
Amelia's already with us.
Yeah, but
Roderick.
Get Amelia and Roderick. Get Amelia and Roderick in the second.
okay. And with that, Roger would then add, there's a lot of eyes here. Do you guys want to go somewhere more quiet? I mean, I know you guys have a house of your own. I don't know if that's super quiet or not there.
If we're going to do that, I would recommend you stationing some guard on the outside at least. Because something is following me. I don't know what. But it's not something nice.
So,
Yes, Curtis?
I just wanted to talk to Amelia if she has any insight of what whereabouts the key is going to be, and if she thinks that it should send to the city so that things should have otherwise.
I have no personal means of communicating to Keyleth. She's normally the one that always reaches out to me whenever anything's needed. Ship to fly her troops somewhere or whatever.
Okay, I thought maybe there would be something. So I would like to send a message, just in hopes to communicate with Keyless and explain that
You got 25 words. It's a problem with sending.
Where are we at right now?
Depends on what you guys want to do. Do you want to go to your house or do you want to just do it in Roderick? A little area. I'm waiting for your guys' decisions and then we'll just skip ahead.
How much mold earth can you do?
I can do it infinitely. It's a cantrip.
So
If
then,
it's taking enough time.
how
to do
long?
And it's like 6 seconds per 5 block, move 5 feet. You can move 5 feet square
Thing is, I mean, yeah, it's going to take. I
So
don't,
could you dig down
yes,
and then I can shape water above us?
I can also shape water myself.
Oh,
I
you can
can
do that.
create water above.
Well, we'll freeze it. So it. Oh well, I guess we're not
We
outside.
just go to a room. And we stay in this room, lots of guards in front, or we go to our house, lots of our guards in front.
Yeah, but I don't want the guards to hear.
About what?
Anything we talk about.
I can get guards that I know are trustworthy, that I trust.
But can you trust yourself?
That is a good question. I think so.
And we trust you?
No. But that's what made me a good pal.
How?
Because
Okay, whatever, let's go to the house.
like George started on that last note.
Okay.
Well, he's thinking of saying,
That's even trust
Okay, so you guys managed to go to the house. Is there anything you guys wish to? I would say there's about 3 the 4 guards. The 4th one's coming. But not there yet.
Windows, I want to make sure that they are barred, locked, whatever we can do to make sure that less entry points.
Okay, so they have like storm shutters that you can put on the inside and stuff. The bar on the inside to help a little bit. Won't necessarily mean that the glass won't be broken,
But it will slow down whatever,
but it'll slow down whatever's coming.
if anything is tries to come.
Is there like so outside the house? Is there like snow and ice on the ground and shit like that?
Yeah, if you're in.
Okay. When I would close the door, lock it, and then freeze the bottom, so like it's frozen to the ground. You know.
Oh, the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that doors and windows, just heat it up.
Yeah.
I'd say given enough time, you can do all that.
Between the multiple
Between the multiple
and
That and freeze everything.
And then we'll just give you all the time that you need. And is there anything that you guys wish to speak with Amelia or Roderick at this moment?
I'm just going to use the settings.
Parade, you can grab my drink for me.
If Drayden were to... Okay, so there's a chance. But first, to gain some more knowledge, Drayden could tap into whatever's linked to him. There's a chance he could lose himself. You feel comfortable as this apprentice.
Are you talking to Amelia or Roderick?
Both.
Okay.
I say both, yeah.
If it comes down to it, perhaps we will need to exert force upon Drayden. But with combined forces, it could be.
The only concern that I might have is that if he loses himself, from what Curtis was telling me when he tried to do this before, the affliction rapidly started going faster. It could possibly change him right then and there, and then we'd be fighting something worse than. And I'm not to belittle your skills or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure what's coming out would be a lot worse than me.
Yeah.
Good question. Amelia is knowledgeable on magic, but not magic. Is Roderick magic?
Roderick is.
Okay.
He's the one that built the Wind Riders. Okay, and like I said, you would gather he's kind of more of an artificer in that kind of sense.
I'd ask him if there's anything.
Yes, NPCs can be artificers.
What's the name of the outpost?
The Frostwatch Outpost.
I'd like to ask him if there's any spells he can have prepared that could help possibly ward off anything else.
I can do something to aid you with anything that's dealt with mental, like somebody trying to pry in.
That'd be good.
I don't know if necessarily that would work because I don't know if they would be prying in because you're trying to pry in on that.
But if they try to use that same link, would you be able to help block them? And by them, I mean Noctoral.
The issue with that is what you're trying to do is if we do decide to do this, is you're opening your mind to them. Trying to get through, which means you've opened that up, so it's kind of hard to block something when you're willingly opening.
True, and Noctura probably already knows our location, right?
Oh, yeah.
You would imagine? I would imagine at least she knows.
I mean,
but this could lead.
A lot of magicians have the capability of knowing a person's location.
But this could lead Muriel to our location.
If I try to draw on them,
Which could be good. We also don't know what the hell she's doing in Keyless Domain.
so I guess I should reword this. There is a way for you to be able to sever or block the connection.
With something that like kind of Curtis did before, a spell magic or a counter spell.
I think that was
At the head.
Mock. We did that.
Yeah, whoever I was told by somebody did something. There's a lot of information coming at me right now.
Does Roger have counterspell?
Yeah, that's who was speaking.
I have counterspell too, so would that
It would,
us together?
it would give you 2 chances,
Okay.
possibly more.
Depends on how
Send a message in 23 words. Sending stone. Tempest, we are at Frostwell Outpost. Are you safe? Muriel may be key to finding root cause of illness. Where is your location?
You get a response back. And it says, "We are safe. Muriel casted magic. She kind of gone crazy. Parts of her back were splitting apart as this gigantic wing was coming from it. And in that moment, she cast a spell. We tried to counter it, but she managed to evade us. And she went somewhere we don't know where. We are trying to figure that out right now. But she has vanished from sight."
25 words?
Yeah, well, if it was, she can just sending again. So there at one point it'll be a cutoff, and then she'll just cast again and send.
Can I mean, I can either cast sending myself or I can use a sending stone like.
So it's once a day for the sending stone, but then you'd have to cast sending to send a message.
Okay, well, I'd like to cast sending. If I can cast it.
I believe with sending you can actually respond to her message.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
So, not with the sending stone.
Yeah, this is just responding with,
I would like to respond basically with sending and say,
because, well, technically that would be her response.
do I think she knows who Roderick is?
You would gather that they probably know each other.
I will mention Roderick. Say, Roderick, Nocturna, wife.
Oh no.
It's important. And then say possible cure, items burnt, ritual. We must meet. Subdue, Miriam.
And you're doing this in your mind right now, aren't you?
Correct.
Yeah. No, not like that, but I mean like so we can't butt in and
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah, it's in his mind.
Yeah.
You get a response back that says, "Good information. I did not know Noctura was wife of, Roderick.
You want Roger?
It's just to give it more
Can
validity
meet you.
that Roderick would know
Yeah.
what to do. Is what I
Can meet you. Where exactly are you?
I said earlier.
The
I
first
said
crosswalk.
Frostwatch.
Where is Frostwatch Outpost? I've never been there. Can you give me a description? And that's within the 25, so that's a response to you. So now you don't have to cast ascending to send to her to respond to her.
I can cast it again. I will. I almost feel like saying jokingly, "There's no trees out here."
Well, technically, around the Frostwatch Outpost, there's not really that many trees. So you are correct there. The ones that you saw
I think
were
you
the
can
Frostwatch.
do it as a joke. I'm going to do it as a joke, considering something. Come on!
But you know nothing. I mean, yeah, he's there, but you can then if you want information, like you can see that he's trying to think of something.
I'm like,
You see him hopping up.
I thought you could communicate supposedly.
Yeah, you can. You can talk to him. You can say, "Hey, can you bring this information in to the fold if you have something that's in your thought process?"
well, I wouldn't. Well, my thought process right now wouldn't really. I wouldn't know that's what he was talking about.
Well, okay, above table, what are you trying to say?
Why don't you ask Roger what the coordinates are? Because he would probably know where their post is.
Their post is.
Yeah.
And that is clearly, you don't need to know.
I'm a map maker. I would
Yeah,
probably
you would
know
No, good.
to say, basically,
Yeah, you can give her a description. It's just you have to give her a good description with 25 words.
Or you sell the coordinates.
That gets if it's on a different plane.
I don't have enough information to describe exactly where it's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so,
I think Curtis does.
Yeah, Curtis would, and I can give you the description of Frostbite.
How many words is
To
it?
be fair,
A lot more than 25. That's
Well,
what
you can just say like
description.
you can just say our not realm. Like what would be our plane?
It'd be the material plane.
Yeah, material plane, snow, north, probably.
Well,
I
that
wouldn't-
depends on where you're at.
okay, me
Well,
personally,
it's like
I
it's
don't
on
know
the
what
globe.
to say personally.
Like on the world.
It's D&D here.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
what I can say.
for Tad, for your clarification, so the description of Frostwatch Outpost is Frostwatch Outpost stands as a solitary basin amongst the unforgivable frozen wilderness of Xadia. So it's on the continent of Xadia. The outpost is constructed from sturdy timber and fortified with thick walls of ice. Provides protection against harsh elements, watchtowers, and battlements.
Continent of Xadia, you said?
Yes.
And-
Then vestige points to observe surrounding tundra, while a central courtyard serves as a gathering for species.
Okay, I would just give the basic dimensions of the fortress, what I think it is, and where it's located in the continent of Xadia, roughly.
Roughly, it's similar to a landmass.
So you would also know exactly where you are from the last point that she teleported us into. And you could use that as a point of reference, saying, from here, this far, this direction.
When
Yeah,
you
from-
teleported us, didn't we like go?
You went a lot of different places.
I know the fucking thing in the last hour.
Well, you were initially your first one. You were way north of the pinnacle,
Yeah.
and then you teleported closer to the south of the frost.
Okay, given that his abilities as a cartographer, could I just use like an intelligence roll
Yeah.
or something
Yeah, absolutely.
and come up with exact coordinates? Because there's no freaking way in my own personal mind I
Yeah,
can
no,
come up
that-
with anything.
That is completely fine.
Bloody hell!
Guided.
Oh, I
And honestly, I would say you won't even need to roll for that.
You know what?
Tad, you would be able
Got it.
to get the distance, being like, I have a really good, strong idea of where we're at, and then just leave it at that. And then,
And try to fit it in 25 words.
Yeah.
Or less. Okay. Alright, I'm using up 2 sending spells.
which sending is third level.
I know. Here we go. Good.
That way we don't just get bogged down on the details.
Last time you helped me when you gave me your notes or whatever to like sort of compact it down, I was using too many words, so like ask, because you said and how you phrased it, I remember you gonna phrase it kind of cryptic.
Yeah.
just the first letter of each word.
Sandwich.
Full moon.
Where are you by?
You get a response that says, "Okay, I will try my best to get as close as I can to it, if not in the central courtyard area that you described."
Going to appear into a big block of stone. So.
That was going to be true. And now,
I have to go to teleport. I need to go to the teleport spell.
that is how you. Big one is going to the
Great. Responsible.
I
the body. It's in stone. How much gold does she carry?
I will. Who has a big ass?
But we wouldn't know. Oh, yeah, you're angry. My wife might email my computer.
You know, say, beautiful D100.
Brave roll the 100 here.
Guidance.
Guidance. You
You
cannot.
had guidance for not here.
Guidance.
I'm thinking of guidance.
And on teleport, you can't really guidance a teleport. It's D100 roll.
So would you just be able to minus the D4
I
from
want
it?
to get bigger now.
You want to get either get bigger, want to get bigger numbers, but you can't guidance a teleport. It's completely at random. There's no skill involved. So she has to get above 54% to be on target. Because this is what is a descriptive based thing. I don't know what that is.
75.
75? So she is on target.
Wow.
So
Then an 80 something right there.
Like gave her,
you gave her a really good
gave one like some place in
yeah.
In Xadia. Somewhere in Xadia.
Over there.
by the dock.
Over by the box. Yeah, there.
Within
Here's some wood.
a couple moments, you get a not ascending, but a message. Okay, now I'm here. I see a lot of ice, a lot of guards around, and they are coming my way. Where?
Can I shoot a fireball or
Fireball.
a
Fireball.
firebolt up in the air as like a flare?
You're in a house.
You're currently yeah, you're going outside the house, you can do that. And I would then also say, like, as curses running to the center of this outpost. As I kind of feel like, I'm sorry.
You
So I have 40 move speed, I think.
And also Roderick, and then Amelia's like, okay, yeah, we should probably go there. As you get rushed, and eventually the guards kind of like show up, raising their weapons and firearms at Keela for a moment, and then that's when you guys all show up. Screaming, oh, wait, sorry. We told her to come here. And then all the guards are like,
Is it Feel it? The Tempest?
yeah. All the guards are like, alright, next time I would appreciate a heads up.
It's coming right now.
Your heads up is
Now, your head up is she can annihilate you if she felt like it. Fine.
Alright,
Okay, I'm here. What is it that you guys need?
Hi.
As I wait to her,
The guards.
I said, "Kiss." Well, Roderick made it very clear that we needed Muriel as probably the key to what he described as patient zero. That is the root cause. I mean, that we could potentially. It could be Nocturna. We've been theorizing. Luca here and I thinking that it could be someone else, and even Roderick mentioned that it could be,
Someone else could be patient zero.
or it could be the disease and illness of itself situation.
Also, as I would like to predict, before we continue, should we go back to the house?
Yes.
I don't want to quickly see if I see the same close.
Okay, roll for something. Okay.
I'm sure Mom would
It's like this.
Just roll and be sure.
Sure,
Okay.
The same roll as last time.
15.
You don't stop. You don't.
Explain the best we can, and Tequila, that Muriel, we need to find Muriel, and it could be the key to finding patient if she isn't patient zero in the beginning.
Okay,
And
so, like I said, we've been trying to find her. She seemed to have either her or maybe somebody else, I don't know, but she seems to have masked herself from any
we
scrying.
may have some help with it, but he's dead, and we need to rest him again, unfortunately.
We are in the house, right?
Yes, I'd say at this point you guys have made it back to the house.
I want to make sure we're.
Keyleth, what are your thoughts
Regular smart yard. Nobody.
What are your thoughts on trying to use Drayden
and my connection with
and his mental connection with Miriam to try to see if he can honestly see where she is. Do you think that's too dangerous? Do you think
I've never seen him do anything of those connection types before, so I don't know what the danger of it is.
And we'll ask Robin the same question. A bit more knowledgeable on this.
I would throw in Amelia too?
So yeah, with Roger already gave his thoughts on it, basically saying it's risky.
It's up in the air.
It's up in the air. It could be, if it gets infected faster, it could rapidly accelerate this thing and change him, or he could be fine with it. And then Amelia, her thought process on it is, I'm okay either way on it. It's just a matter of if he is willing to and if he feels comfortable enough of doing it. That is something that I think we should all ask him.
True.
Because it is affecting him, not us. To a degree. With us, and with the amount of people we have here, I think we would be able to take whatever happens if something does.
and I'm very happy Keelan was here because I have faith in. With her here, I feel a lot more confident. Everybody else will be safer if anything goes wrong.
Quick, roll for consent.
Do I have advantage? I have advantage on persuasion for
Consent?
I think that's 15. I don't know how it sounds.
Like Arcis would, with the connection he had, might be able to help us find Miriam again. But
If you guys have the diamonds for it, I can do the resurrection on the ball. You guys have been running rabbit. I haven't even got the time to request for a diamond.
Jody? Oh, kind of. I didn't say that.
If
to be honest,
you
I was thinking if she showed up here that quickly, I was like, Keelan,
yeah, you asked, it's like, all right, we're searching for her now, anyways, and that's what you were looking for. So
no, I didn't ask for her to show up here. I just was asking where her location was. So like,
from the your voice, it sounded urgent. So
it is because we need to find Miriam, but it's like I don't know.
Almost.
Amelia then speaks up. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go see if I can't request some diamonds, and then I will get right back to you if we manage to get those or not. As she leaves the door, as at this point you see the little goblin guy come out. I brought some snickerdoodles. Puts them onto the table.
Detect magic.
There's no magic.
Wait. How do you feel? Possibility of your own mind working and using your body as weapon against you. As like I said, this is up to you.
Well, we can go through several precautions, encasing my body in earth to help, restrain me in case anything goes awry. I could do a greater
Could
chance.
also, sorry to interject, that could also be problematic because if your newly formed just breaks through the stone, it would mean nothing.
Could it poison the ground?
Possibly, I mean, it'd be also
We're inside. We're probably going to do it inside.
or any blood coming in contact with us, if anything of that nature, sharp rocks or anything breaking, there's other factors in play. I would prefer kind of like a magical means of holding him instead of something physical.
I actually
Whole person or... Well, this would probably be...
I have Earthbind.
That still is physical stuff it could cause.
Yeah, hold first.
Personal.
Well, yellow stripes of magical energy loop around the creature.
That would work as well.
Oh, no, that sounds fine.
That's fine.
That's Earthbind, yeah.
No. When I think I'm
16
thinking of actual root or
Yeah, that's
first, but then I read it and I was like,
all like stone going
yeah,
on. Okay, well, I guess it's probably fine.
yeah. I was like that would be good. It's just how skilled are you at that? Is it
just
something
learned it.
That's not reassured.
Yeah, but
like something above like I don't know what's the save that you have to make on it?
What's it say?
Yeah, I don't know this is either.
you would have to make a strength save of 16.
I'm good at those.
But you could choose to fail. It's just if you're in
It's
your
not
right
like
mind,
it's-
you might break.
I would choose to back him up for me. I can dominate the mind of a
Because I can do a hold person. I am capable of that.
will hold person. Earth Bund is back up. Dominate person.
Back up.
Contingency plans.
Now a question with the contingencies is when do we stop? What is a tell for us to stop?
Safe word.
Once,
Safe word would be nice, but if he's not in control of himself,
only
what did you guys see before when this happened?
Well, did we physically see the spikes go through him? Or it was
After you hearing him make some noise, you then covered over his face and then saw the stuff stabbing into him. So
no, I
that-
mean, we saw the stuff though, like materialize and stab into him.
yeah,
or
but
was
it was
that just
very
his
like. Well, you guys saw it, but it was very quick. It was like almost instant. Just
I seemed to, yeah. My understanding was it just infused into whatever it was.
Whatever
we
it
didn't
was.
really know.
yeah, because until he was
going on.
making this fast.
We saw him changing for our eyes.
Yeah. Because when you guys first initially encased him in that stone,
That's what I
covered
finished
completely.
Could it be as basic as we just hand you a stone to hold on to? And if you're in control, you still hold the stone. But when you're not in control, that person's not gonna be like, what the fuck, I can drop the stone.
Well, as I look to my Drake and go, I will probably know. We are magically linked together.
That's a smart idea, but the stone, I think, would be probably better.
Why not all of the above?
But the thing is with your beast is if it is magically linked to you, it may follow suit with you because it doesn't care about us. It only cares about you.
Yeah, but if I'm no longer myself,
They would vote.
It would probably warp its mind to being with you.
But is it
Because I'm assuming it is some creature that you've summoned yourself, right? So it is a part of you, and whatever happens to you happens to it.
it's magically bound to you, but what if your mind's changed? Like, what if your mind was controlled by something else? It would still be magically bound to you.
Which means, so just say, like,
yeah,
if somebody was to control his mind, technically he would still be able to control his beast to attack us.
Yeah. It'd be like if someone got possessed.
unsummon your Drake.
Or have it outside if you don't feel comfortable having it summoned.
I'll send her home for now.
Wait, do you summon your great beast?
So are we going with the rock?
Go with the
It's like, that's up to you guys.
What other options do we have besides him obviously like rolling his eyes back, speaking in different language or whatever?
Well, I mean,
hard to say because if you tell him to do something, then if his mind warps, he can just do that to trick us. Well, a safe word wouldn't really work. Holding a rock probably wouldn't work. I think we'll have to play that part simply by it happens.
Yeah. Unless I don't know, unless someone has detect bot.
I mean, yeah, we could do detect thoughts and see if there's any change.
Well,
We should still hold.
if you see it spread a lot more, definitely be casting those.
That's probably a good indicator.
I mean,
I suppose let's
Write that down.
as this goes on, I'm like, okay, and I'm going to unban it so we can watch for any extra shit.
It casts resistance as a cantrip that can give you +1 to any saving throw. It might be.
Well,
And
we already witnessed that my protection from good and evil doesn't help on.
saving throw might still.
But this, it's D4, I should say.
One way to find out.
I would also take my armor and my weapons, and I'd go, okay, I'm gonna put these somewhere else, and I set them down.
Is he like hiding
This time.
So he's taking off his weapon, so he's not armed. So you can do armed weapon.
I thought
he gets it.
We're gonna steal one.
And I'm taking my plate armor off.
This will take some time.
Yes.
Do you want me to cast resistance on you so you get a D4 added to whatever saving throw you choose?
How long will it last?
It's concentration up to 1 minute, so I will do it when whatever happens.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
But I'll wait for the right.
Once I
Go ahead and take a seat.
Shit, yeah.
when I start getting kind of the connection, I will tell you my good time to cast that.
Well, it's only a minute.
Okay, it's just a D4
It's not.
as your saving throw. And should we make a little pit for you? Like, did we do something like that?
Well, it helps. Just make a seat.
It'll be magically held, then I have my earthbound, then you have your earthbind, then you have
And
your...
while you're in control of yourself, any spells cast upon you in your control ability, you can choose to fail.
Yeah. Yes.
I suppose we start with hold first.
Yes, so it is going to be a concentration on my part to maintain it. I was also going to suggest I do have possibilities of. I don't know what type of. Like, what feeling do you get when you have something like this? Is it something that involves with your will, constitution?
Dread.
Because I do have something that can aid you in those aspects, but that is also a concentration, so I could either do that
Depending...
or hold you down.
How do I say? It's through. It would be my will, right? My wisdom.
Yeah, your wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom will. What I would say.
So that would be a good question for you. Did it seem particularly harder for you to succeed in those?
Yes.
So then that brings in another question.
You roll low. Like really low, like 2s and 3s.
I can make it so it's easier for him to resist those type of things or hold it. I can't do both.
Honestly, well, he's good at strength savings, but he can choose to fail them. So if you focus on helping him out with rolls, and I can hold them, and then we can have Mock as the backup in case that happens. In case mine fails or something, or mine's us.
And I can do a resistance thing, give +D4, whatever saving throw. And then if that fails, I can potentially hold him with. Maximilian's Earth and Grass.
Correct. I would prefer that we don't physically restrain him with anything.
I'm just saying that if all else fails.
Yeah, mainly because if we
I don't want
pierce
to hurt
his
either,
skin-
but if we gotta hold them, we gotta hold them.
I'm not worried about hurting him. I'm worried about him infecting us.
Is the
Yeah, but
not the hold one, the other spell that she has, the one that helps him out with rolls.
Yeah,
Is that a concentration?
it is.
I would recommend you move over there a little bit then, in case he does go wacky, and then knocks your concentration.
Yeah.
Field's not here. Why can't Roger Game
Well-
come with both?
Yeah.
But I get alarmed because one thing, and because the other.
Oh yeah. What does Mr. Dick do?
Because Keela looks over at you guys. I currently do not have the capabilities of holding anyone down.
So Roderick has that.
Only Roderick.
Only Roderick has the whole person. I can show Curtis how to cast the spell if he wants that knowledge base of a whole person.
I say we do that. But I do want you to have.
I have never felt so stupid in my life. Thanks. All right.
I said,
I was
okay,
like,
fine.
It's up to you.
Sacrifice goes to
I know you typically involved with transmutation, and that kind of magic is not necessarily in your wheelhouse. Because if memory above table serves, transmutation.
And Curtis is like, it's starting to feel all over again. Like,
Not your specialty. Not that you're not intelligent. It's just
Yes,
not
this.
I don't know, you have to understand Curtis's feeling for, it's like Elandi all over again. It's a great thing. Nobody has any use for it.
I mean, I was saying the resistance thing is really good.
Yeah, the resistance thing is great.
Yes. Keep me from
It's not
failing my
Wait,
studies.
I was
like
also,
you're
yeah,
gonna use resistance?
Yes, I was. I was trying to, just put it out there that I have, the only thing else I have is Earth and Grasp if all else fails.
it's all so.
But it's like, I understand you're worried about, but that's all I have.
Yeah, no, and that's why I was
And
offering.
again, if there's some other thing that's going to happen here where it's going to affect us all somehow, I would be aware.
Well,
Because,
either way, we all have something
Yeah,
in this.
and that's all I was saying.
yeah. The only thing that I was worried about.
And then immediately, that's why I said resistance, because it's the best chance of him resisting any control from the outside
Which
is
good. Yeah.
my stupid cantrip, but because that's all I got. But Maximilian's Fist or what will cause him damage, but it could potentially hold him still. Potentially, if he doesn't make too high of strength.
That's right.
But that's just an all else fails is all I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. And then I was just giving an alternate thing of saying maybe I could teach you the spell of Hold Person, and then I could also give him that advantage to the save. It won't give him the plus like you do. So, okay, above table, top.
I thought you were talking like Keyless was telling Curtis this.
No, this is wrong.
Okay, sorry.
Roderick was saying that he's willing to teach you the spell Hold Person, so you can have it in your repertoire.
Okay, great.
So you could then cast Hold Person on him while he could cast basically the thing that gives you advantage on a wisdom check or anything like that.
Sorry, I was trying to play Curtis's character. Like,
Yeah.
It was like, what, I'm not good enough for you?
I thought Keelan had that.
She does not. She said that she doesn't have that currently because she's been in the stage of trying to find Muriel. She's changed all her spells around for tracking purposes.
That was foolish.
She was not expecting Muriel to be able to hide herself.
Above board, that was me playing Curtis's
Yeah.
character. He gets very personal when you.
Yeah, no, I did.
It's like that really is like, aside from being tortured by Nocturna, it's like, that is another thing they really took personal.
That's so spot.
Yeah. So anyway, so he goes like, what? Okay, fine, Roderick. Fine, you can teach me whatever.
It is up to you, Curtis.
He's fine with it, but once he realizes what you're overlooking.
Okay. And then everybody else is okay. We probably have to do some time, and I could show you the runic symbols and everything. So I want you to roll an intelligence. Are they gonna roll for me?
Is there anything we can do to help him?
Yeah, I would say with advantage because he's helping you teach you.
Guidance.
Yeah, guidance, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
We'll give him guidance.
Inspiration.
Favor of the gods.
An additional 1d.
Oh, thank you.
And so you have an additional D4, you have advantage, and you have D8. Right?
Additional D4, advantage,
Additional D.
and additional D4.
Distorted out.
That's a lot of stuff.
Okay. 6 plus 12 is 18. Plus modifier 18 plus 8 is
So it's 26.
26.
Easy. This is child's play to you. You easily get that.
everybody.
You're like, man, I didn't even beat their assistants.
You did so good that even Wheelan's.
Sadly, that's not how it works.
Oh, for the shot. That would have been funny.
But, Tad, you can now put in your knowledge of your spellbook, you can now have full person in that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that'll be 5 diamonds.
And for
Right.
treaties,
So-
all of which were
If we're getting this, do we want to do that inside or outside?
Inside.
Most person's a first level spell, right?
Dragon.
So, no wonder I can't find it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Move, gust of wind.
Does that mean the goblins in there too?
The confidence in here just like, I don't know what's going on, but here's some snacks.
the cloud, right?
No, I had that.
Go in the closet. Just go into the back room. Bar yourself next door.
I'll leave you all to it. I know Amelia's here, so she's the master of the house. Everything seems to be good.
Leave the tray.
Leave the snickerdoodles.
See him pick up a Snickerdoodle with his hand and start walking out.
How many are left?
It's about 2 left.
Oh, I thought it was a whole tray.
Yeah, he didn't make a lot.
I'm already
a whole tray of 3.
I've eaten
It's
a
even 2. It's been a total of 12, but it's down to 3 at this point.
Okay.
I've seen, so.
Thank you.
I didn't have 1.
No, I'll take one of the last 2.
We're worried about the wrong things here.
I'm a little stressed out.
I spelled that I'm hungry.
I look at you. I'm stress eating right now. So give me peace.
Alright, so order of operations, I'm going to give him advantage on his wisdom, which means when you're gonna be doing these rolls, it's just a straight roll instead of disadvantage.
So,
You're going to be holding him.
Or if you wanted to do the
You gotta make a 16 saving throw, wisdom saving.
well, as of right now, he can just choose to fail. Because
Right.
Hey, Spencer. Read. Yeah, that one. Favored by the gods. Even if I fail something, I can use that and add that to my roll after the fact, changing the possible results.
Yeah. You can we'll get
One. So if it's not really bad, like if I roll a 1 and a 2,
At least that gives Drayden a credit inspiration.
add an additional 1d8.
And
Guidance. Quick question. Are you doing your cold thing on it? Or are you doing guidance? Because both of those are straight based.
can I guidance myself so he can hold me?
Technically,
Whoa, which hold is better?
Your hold.
his is 16, your 16.
But his is wisdom. Isn't that what he said?
It's a wisdom save.
And mine's strength. And, well, I guess that doesn't
This is
matter.
better.
That doesn't matter, though, actually, now that I think about it.
not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
And if I transform, I feel like I'm going to be stronger, and my willpower will probably be less. His is probably better.
When you get stronger, though. So we should wait on you.
Either way, probably.
We should just do both.
I mean, yeah, you can't stack them, then you'll have to break out of both.
Okay, let's
And you
do
don't
that.
be able to choose one.
We're stacking.
Okay, so you have your guidance, and I would say Keyleth would have just been able to guide you because Drew has always had guidance.
Guidance, product inspiration, have advantage.
But just a straight roll because it's normally with disadvantage.
Back up. That
It's just That is definitely a lot better. It's having it a straight flat roll instead of disadvantage.
That's probably why you got
Oh, hit moments and extra. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm ready. I still have my inspiration from my birthday.
You got one free additional roll.
Oh shit! That means next session I'll have an extra roll.
I have 6 dice I get to possibly roll.
Alright.
I'm gonna wait.
You go to focus in. What are you focusing in on, Miriam?
Miriam,
Okay.
trying to focus on her and where she is.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
And how many uses of the Bardic Inspiration? Is it just the one?
It is just the one.
Should I use it off the bat?
It's your choice.
Your choice.
We're not-
Save it? Yeah.
It's in your own head, bro.
I like to imagine we're all
I
floating.
was deciding. I have no clue.
Well,
Roll for it.
luckily, what you can do is you can look at all the numbers and don't tell me before, and then you'd be like, you know what, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration now because you can choose to view it after, but not before the result is set.
Okay.
Keep quiet.
We need 4.
4. Okay. You feel yourself getting pulled faster and deeper within. You're starting to lose yourself. I need you to make another wisdom save.
Can I do resistance? Giving D4 to that?
You would have to now run forward.
Yeah, you're you.
Holy, I thought you said we were reserving for that.
No, you and me are doing
You,
it.
yeah, both.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna inspiration that. I don't know if that's cocked. It's... Then I'm gonna. It's terrible. Not favorite of the gods.
Oh boy.
16.
All of that and it's just rolled 16.
I went from a 4 to a 5.
Oh man.
Okay.
No, okay.
So, you guys immediately see that black tendril stuff start shooting at him again. You guys have enough to do react. It's not an action at this point. So you guys can try countering if you want. You'll have to
Counter spell?
counter spell.
I will do a counter spell.
I will do one as well.
Okay. So, how we're doing counter spells.
Is that AC based?
It is not AC beast.
Beast.
So, I always have to freaking look at the counter spell.
Use my inspiration.
That way, no. I can't do it. One of us has
Counter
to be
spell.
holding him
No,
still.
it's spell is a reaction. It's not a concentration.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah, so you can just
Yeah, that's what
You can throw it out there.
oh
you
fuck
can
yeah.
throw it out. Just
We'll
give me.
have to be doing that. Can I hold off?
You can hold on with hitting spells, but you can.
I don't want to waste them.
Yeah.
What level is yours?
Well, they're all third level. You can just test at higher level if you need.
Yeah.
But it's an automatic success if you meet the level that whatever we're trying to counter. But I know we're just gonna have to guess.
This is a really bad dice roll. 2, 2. This one was a good one. 1 and a 5.
Yeah, and your first one, you were one on.
One of
25 is the very hard DC on this.
I mean, I got past it because I was 26, right?
Actually, 24.
I was 6.
Nope, you were 24. And then,
I must have misread numbers.
yeah, we all are 24, so And there was dead silence for a little bit.
Should have rolled my part of inspiration. I was like, wait, a 26 failed is what my brain was thinking.
Again.
So like resistance benefit. No, for the first roll, plus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, second one.
I'm going to look at count real quick.
You want me to read it for you?
I have it right here now.
You should let me re-roll my inspiration since it didn't change anything.
Sadly, no. It's not how it works.
Right. I'll roll it, then you can decide. Is a 5 again. Literally, good move.
So this goes. It's when you're trying. I'm trying to remember when you're trying to interrupt a spell that's higher level. It's
You have 10 plus spells level with your B.
Yeah.
It's just a D20 plus your spell.
plus your spell modifier. Okay, that's right. So
I don't know what you're trying to say. I just
yeah, I don't know why I was like my brain was just having a brain fart on that. So Luke, you are going first. On you're quicker on the draw for your counter spell. I need you to beat a DC of 19.
Wow.
Yeah, with your modifier go.
My magic modifier?
Yeah, so
Spell attack? Or is it
your modifier.
modifier? So
So it's D20 plus your.
I don't think I have a modifier for this.
Here's a roll of 15.
To counter it. You have to roll 15 to counter.
You can't guidance yourself because then you'll drop the other spell.
17!
Okay, the first one, counter, goes through, so that thing doesn't hit. Do you guys try to stop him? You are still going further deeper in at this time. You don't have control.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, you guys.
You stop the first cannon, so. Reversing? Stop the first one. Should let him do a little bit.
I'm morbidly curious.
It's about to get more bitch here.
Kendrick, are you hear us?
Drayden, you are not hearing anything. You are just hearing constant cacophony of voices, sounds from beasts, people, children, kids.
So it's not like holding him, right?
Yeah, you're currently holding him in place, blocking.
We're both doing the hold spell.
Yeah.
He's.
You
But
just
you can
saw-
see that he's like possessed.
It doesn't look like he's possessed or anything. You just saw one of those shadowy things come out and try to strike, but then Curtis countered it.
Luca coming in, but I'm wondering if I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I have to roll really high to do it. I don't get a 19.
You'll still be able to hold him if I drop hold and give him resistance.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm holding him.
Okay. Then I would like to do that as soon as I feel like he needs it.
Okay, you drop and then boom, casted that on him. I need you to make another wisdom save for me.
Add a D4.
Add a D4, and then add another D4 for
Kiva.
yeah.
Okay.
You have guidance, but you don't have our inspiration.
That's better, but that's not enough.
Okay, and then this is
Pretty sure. 12.
okay. At this point, then you guys see another tendril start to release and go straight towards him.
Counter.
Counter. All right, I need you to do a.
I'll do a 5th level.
Okay, so you have to be a DC of 19. Now, 20. You countered it. Countered it. Horrible. You guys let it ride.
From our point of view, it's
Yeah, it's just being held. Everything's going normally. You're just getting thrust down.
so from our point of view,
Crazy.
it's looking.
Yeah, looks like you're holding it back. Whatever is going on.
I don't think there'd be a reason for us to stop. Or to just to try to stop it.
Curtis, could you hold him again?
You gotta cast hold.
Okay.
Because
I let go, and I cast protection from good and evil on it.
Hold on, I gotta get back to my spells. But that's fine. Keep going.
Yeah.
So you don't have the +1 bonus anymore. The the 1d4, the resistance. The resistance, I believe, is a.
What does protect against good and evil give me?
Actually,
So what does that activate?
Instead of you like wasting your thing, you would know it won't work because it didn't work before. Because when you're in the thing,
You're all like,
I know, but then I was just like, I'm gonna let you go.
okay. Well then, I guess guidance.
And Curtis,
Well,
Well, yeah, stack it.
oh, that's right.
it was resistance that he was bonus to save, which you can do resistance and guidance. So Curtis, you can actually mark your one spell that you use for the whole person again. You can mark that off because he's not actually gonna do that anymore. So he's still
you
technically
guys
holding
still
him.
move up, so you just have to have it hold again. He's still is fighting it.
So I am holding him now.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, you're still doing your resistance.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if Drayden can hear me. Like, Drayden, can you hear me? Can you hear me at all?
Then I need you to make a perception with disadvantage. And you did not hear him.
Uh-oh.
The low roll.
Yeah. So what are we
Good old
thinking?
4. Guys, give me your best dice. Give me. Give me. I need something good.
Right, good dice.
We're gonna try this.
That's for me, though.
You're looking good.
Okay. Make another liquid. You feel like you're getting pulled through these trees, and eventually get to this cave of this waterfall in this like.
All right.
Area.
So I'm gonna sit
Don't
on
look
the
at it.
Discord.
Is it? Now looking at it.
Looking right at it.
Not truly. You're looking but do not see.
Yeah, like I'd say this is still within like the first round of going through, so you both have used both of your counter spells.
If I say it, you say it now.
I see.
Make me a. I'd say make me a will save.
Just go straight.
Yeah, just a straight, no bonuses or anything.
Pretty good.
What?
Do I add my wisdom?
It's you got your wisdom save.
Hey, guess what I rolled? A 4.
So you guys hear mumbling, like he's trying to say something, but nothing's coming out. Like he's mumbling something, he's trying to say something to you guys, but nothing. It's just mumbles.
It's a verdict. Does he appear to be experiencing any kind of training physically?
Nothing like before when you guys had him in the rocks or anything like that. Nothing physically. It's just right now, this is the first time you've heard him mumble. So
Can I see it move? Is it anything changing?
make a perception.
Nothing is hidden in front of your pipes.
15.
15.
Your third time today. On my
So
check.
with a 15, you do see it very, very slowly, like progressing a little. It's very, very little, but it is slowly getting worse.
If it speeds up or jumps, we'll try to pull it out.
We pull it out.
Going at a speed of what we can probably handle. Probably.
I say we do one more shot. If nothing comes from that, we shouldn't be putting Drayden through this anymore. So one more shot. If it doesn't work, we pull him out, and we figure something else out. Maybe Keyleth can teleport us to that city.
Okay. Okay, I need you to make a wisdom, and you can add your bonuses for the lesson and everything.
What's that number?
Freaking
That's the one.
I have the middle fingers. Thank you.
Oh,
You gave us bad die.
that was my best die. Clearly, I rolled above 12. It's above that.
wow. Okay.
Okay. So you two don't have reactions.
Just said wait. Those two.
Why don't we have any?
Because this is within that first round.
Oh, we're
Yeah, so you both have used your reactions.
So I've rolled 3 saves in 1 react.
Yeah, because this every time you felt it's gone quicker. You're going faster and faster. You're going
I
down.
wonder if then counter spell.
Next round.
I'm a bard.
Have it.
Bards don't normally get counter spell.
It's funny, but I was like most of the time when I have to play bard. But no, one thing does have counter spell, and that's Roderick. So he's going to be doing it. It's going to be a +5. He's got
See, we heard
6.
okay. They're better than Roderick, right? So his counter spell didn't go through as one of those tendrils come in and you see Roderick panic and try to do a counter spell, but it just pierces through it and it stabs into Drayden. Right, Drayden, I need you to make me 2 consecutive saving throws. First one is a Constitution save with disadvantage, and there's no guidance or bonus on anything on this. And I will tell you, you got to beat a 20.
Nope.
Okay, first one is a failure. Second one is your Wisdom one, and that one is a 25.
Disadvantage or not?
Just a straight.
Okay.
16.
6
Boy.
plus.
Wisdom?
Yep, your Wisdom save.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
2.
You see as it stabs into the opposite side of him as Drayden's body goes limp. In the held person, as you see from head to toe, he splits in half as this massive, his body kind of like flips inwards as the skin, and it's this bony, skeletal looking Draco Lich, newly created. And that's where we'll end today's session. As you,
Oh no.
on the next go, you're going to be a big Draco Lich fighting the party.
Wait. A Draco Lich as in like it wouldn't be.
It's an undead dragon.
Well, I know what a Draco
Yeah.
Lich, but we're not talking full.
No, not
He
full.
is-
He's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby size at this point.
I'm gonna say.
Right.
High risk but high reward. There's something that you could have gotten from that would have been immensely important.
Okay. I can't roll dice.
No, I'm gonna have you roll fight. So
I'm not even saying you can't roll here.
right now. Okay, you're gonna be currently held.
Why do we level up?
Sadly, no.
Well.
So,